Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 5:30 News on KPAX, Montana's news leader.
Hello there, I'm Jill Valley. Dennis Bragg is off tonight. Thank you for joining us a little bit earlier because of our NFL coverage. We were treated to a spectacular fall day in western Montana, but the stretch of nice weather will not last too much longer. There's a system this weekend coming on in, bringing cooler and wetter conditions with valley rain and some mountain snow. Here's Chief Meteorologist Aaron Yost now with the latest from the Storm Tracker Weather Center.
Yes, we do have some changes starting to creep a little bit closer. Looking at some of the satellite and radar imagery across the Pacific Northwest, you can see it inching closer to places like Seattle, for example, and it's just headed our way here. So we've got one more really nice day out of this current ridge of high pressure before that system makes it to us. Take a look at downtown Hamilton this afternoon. First Security Bank ICAM looks like that everywhere. Believe it or not, this is radar and satellite imagery. It's a loop over the past 3 hours. We have nothing to talk about. Really not even any clouds in the sky. It's been a gorgeous fall day, but those days are limited. Enjoy tomorrow's conditions. We're going to be back into the 40s and 50s. 50s starting this weekend, 40s and 50s a lot of next week with those unsettled conditions. I've got a forecast update coming up shortly.
Right, Aaron, thank you. Nearly 17% of people living in Missoula County use the local food bank, and to help fill the shelves there, the Missoula Maze is holding its 8th annual Get Lost for Good Food Drive. MTN's Kent Lutzen joins us live from inside the maze and has more on how we can all help. Kent.
Thanks, Joe. The Missoula Maze is offering free admission to those who bring a bag of non-perishable food items. That's just one bag per group or family. Now, this is a great way to empty your cupboards, get the family outside on this beautiful fall day, and help a neighbor in need.
Is this the way?
Yes, it is.
The Get Lost for Good food drive comes at a crucial time for the Missoula Food Bank. During the summer months, donations are at their lowest, and this drive is hoping to fill the shelves up before winter.
The maze just brings families together. People run around to have fun with their kids. They're outside, they're active, they're exploring. And then with the food drive, we can put together helping people at the same time as having fun. And what could be better than that?
Not only can you get lost, but there is a petting zoo, pumpkin patch, and obstacle course as well. Add a flannel jacket and a pumpkin spice latte, and it's truly the perfect fall date. The Missoula Food Bank welcomes all non-perishable donations, but is in need of proteins like peanut butter and canned tuna.
You know, last year we helped 1 in 6 people who live in Missoula County. We certainly see so many of our neighbors struggling with hunger, oftentimes in a temporary way. Almost half of the people who come through our doors only come 1 to 3 times, so definitely a safety net. Having the food on our shelves means that families are not skipping meals and that kids are going to school having had dinner the night before, right? So it's super tangible, and this food drive is a cool way to engage families and just the whole community.
This food drive will not only help fill the shelves, it gives residents the opportunity to finally enjoy the outdoors after a long fire season.
Now with the sun, we've got this beautiful fall shaping up, the beautiful colors, that blue sky that we haven't seen for weeks. You can get out, breathe some fresh air, get some sunshine, get some vitamin D before we lose it again this winter, and enjoy having fun with your family and make a difference for people that need some help.
This food drive will be going on until 8 p.m. tonight, and they say if you really want to get lost, come at night. They remove all clues and markers, which makes it even harder. Now, speaking of getting lost, Jill, I need to work on getting myself out of here, so I'm going to toss it back to you.
All right, good luck, Kent. We'll send a search party if we don't see you in a few hours. Well, in other news, more than 140 million Americans have been affected by the Equifax data breach earlier this month. So in this week's Fraud Watch, MTN's Mackenzie Frost looks at what Montanans can do now that a lot of our information has been compromised.
On September 7th, 2017, consumer credit reporting agency Equifax announced a massive data breach. Personal information for 143 million Americans had been compromised. Names, driver's license numbers, and social security numbers, impacting almost 368,000 Montanans.
What the criminal hackers do is they go on the dark web and they sell it.
Equifax says the breach happened sometime between mid-May and July, and earlier this week, CEO Richard Smith resigned. But that wasn't enough for Montana's Democratic senator.
They spent 6 weeks announcing the breach, but his resignation papers were signed yesterday. It was announced today. And so they could do it quicker if they wanted to do it. And I hope that moving forward, we'll be watching, okay?
Montana Attorney General Tim Fox sent a letter to Equifax asking the company to waive fees for credit monitoring, along with more than 40 other state attorneys general. Now, millions of Americans and thousands of Montanans are left to figure out what's next. To find out if your information has been compromised, go to the Equifax website and enter your last name along with the last 6 digits of your social security number. Then you'll get a notification, but it's important to know.
The words they use are "may be affected." It actually means that you are affected.
One thing you can do if you've been affected by the breach, sign up for a fraud alert, or
if you want to be more aggressive and more protective, you can get a freeze, a security freeze on your credit.
And if you think your identity has been stolen, it's not just enough to report that to all 3 major credit reporting agencies. Montana's Office of Consumer Protection Chief Mark Mattioli says you should go to the police and file a report with them. Also, report the fraud on the FTC website and report it to the Office of Consumer Protection. To protect yourself in the wake of this data breach and in the future.
The old-fashioned habit of looking at your financial records, looking at your bank statements, your credit card statements, and getting a credit report frequently and reviewing that information.
In Helena, Mackenzie Frost, MTN News.
Majority Whip Steve Scalise triumphantly returned to Capitol Hill today to cheers and a standing ovation. It has been more than 100 days since this Louisiana congressman was shot during a practice for a congressional baseball game. As CBS's Mola Lengi reports, he thanked the heroic first responders and the doctors for saving his life.
A packed House chamber enthusiastically welcomed back Louisiana Congressman Steve Scalise.
You have no idea how great this feels to be back here at work in the People's House.
Scalise has been out of sight, recovering from his wounds after a gunman opened fire at a Republican baseball practice ahead of the annual congressional charity game in June.
When I was laying out on that ball field, the first thing I did once I was down and I couldn't move anymore is I just started to pray.
Scalise said he prayed for the 2 U.S. Capitol police officers who helped take down the shooter. Officer David Bailey was in the chamber today.
David, you are my hero. You saved my life. Thank you so much.
Scalise said the last 3 months have been challenging, but the outpouring of support from complete strangers, world leaders, and lawmakers on both sides of the aisle have helped give him strength. Scalise was hit in the hip. The bullet tore through bones and internal organs. He talked to Nora O'Donnell for 60 minutes about the doctors who saved his life.
There was a lot of damage inside that had to get fixed.
They put you back together again.
They put me back together again.
Today, the 51-year-old also thanked them and many others.
While some people might focus on a tragic event and an evil act, to me, all I remember are the thousands of acts of kindness and love and warmth that came out of this. Thank you so much.
Scalise is walking with crutches and will still need physical therapy at least 3 days a week. Mola Lengi, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Superior schools will find out tonight if they'll be getting some junior high school annex and additional classroom improvements. Administrators at Superior schools say students there are facing safety and security needs, which is why they want this project. With the current junior high building located off campus, there are concerns about the safety of students who are crossing the road and have little protection in case of an emergency or lockdown. The current bond election to build a new junior high annex could mitigate those issues, and the school says bring more opportunities for students. The current junior high was built in 1959 as a grocery store, but then it was later bought by the school in 1970 and repurposed. The cost of the proposed building project just over $3.2 million. Now the ballots are due by 8 o'clock tonight to the Mineral County Election Administrator, and we hope to have an update for you on how the vote went tonight at 10. With more than $280,000 raised, the MTN Wildfire Relief Fund and the Montana Community Foundation are moving ahead to give the money you helped us raise to those Montana communities that need it the most. On October 9th, grant applications will be available for organizations all across Montana to apply for the funds. Through your donations, places like local fire departments will be able to get new equipment and resources. The Montana Community Foundation is also working with dozens of smaller community foundations across the state to help identify the organizations that need help the most. The foundation has been fundraising for 30 years. Overall, it's sent out $41 million around Montana during that time. 100% of the donations from the Wildfire Relief Fund go directly to those communities in Montana.
The door, and that'll be the end of it. We also do follow-up visits. We ask for reporting, nothing that's too onerous because we know these folks have other things to do, but we want to make sure that these dollars that folks across Montana and across the country have donated are being put to good use.
And again, our grand total with matches from several sponsors, including the Montana Television Network, now stands at more than $280,000. We thank everyone who's helped to contribute. If you'd like to do so still, you can, or you want to learn more, just go to kpax.com/wildfirefund for more information. We'll take you under the Thursday night lights in just a few minutes here on MTN with NFL Football Night. One of the oldest and fiercest rivalries resumes. The Green Bay Packers taking on the Chicago Bears. And on the high school gridiron, we'll take you to the Flathead for another Thursday night pep rally. This week we highlight the Glacier football team. Still ahead here on MTN.